Hey guys, it's me, my face, a big old pile of whips. No beer yet today. I am recording early because, I don't know, I'm emotionally available at the moment. Who'd have thought? If you are new here, my name is Andrea. This is my channel about cross-stitch and mental health and cats and how we all weave together in a beautiful tapestry of holding it together. This is day 200 and something of the quarantine. I don't know. I've been in the house now for 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks. I don't know anymore. I don't know. Is it April? Is it March? Is it April? Last week, I challenged myself to touch all of my whips at least once in the coming week. Did I do it? No. No, but I think I only skipped 2. So no death by cross stitch and no moon hair. Not the worst, you know? You got to be in the mood to work on a Hade. Dante, I hate to say I'm working here because she just like her face and now I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, let's jump into the projects that I did manage to work on this past week. In no particular order, I got a little more done on bringing home the tree. And when I say a little more, yeah, that's like 2 snowflakes. I did 2 snowflakes. I mean, they're nice snowflakes. I'm not excited about this pattern. Dante. I'm making it for a gift. So I'm enjoying that I'm making it for a gift, but it's just not my type of pattern. I think maybe once I get into it a little further and get into some bigger blocks of color, it will go a little quicker for me. And can I just tell you, 22 count Ada is my new jam. 22 count. Not fooling. The next thing that I worked on is Crow's Lullaby. This was one of the few days in the week that I got to stitch during lunch. Lunch? Dante. I did 1 word. I had 4, and now I have 4 for death. Which seemed appropriate, inappropriate, prescient. I don't know. But I get death done. This is a project that I would have thought had moved a lot faster than this. I mean, it's words. I should be knocking this out like at least 2 lines every time I sit down. And I'm not. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I don't like the fabric. It's not because I don't like the pattern. And I've always liked this fabric. I don't know. I have something against this project, which probably means that I should throw my back into it and get it done and get it out of the way so I don't have to think about it anymore. This is how we fool ourselves. The next thing that I barely worked on is the Linen and Threads Family and Friends 2020 Stitch Along. This. I did very, very little. I just did the top of that little set of flowers. I am still working on February. And it is already April. It's April, and I am, I've lost a lot of, I've lost a lot of steam. I just am having trouble justifying stitching during the day. Or I say to myself, I don't want to pull out my stitching at lunch because I'm not going to want to put it away after an hour. So I just don't. Or I do that much and I don't get anything done. It's a balancing act. I'm bad at that. maybe I should make this coming week the week of the Linen and Threads and the Crow's Lullaby. And just do those two until they're done. Or not done, but caught up. I don't know. I'll think about it. The next thing that I worked on, so cute! The Haunted Mansion. It's from Tiny Modernist. And I got the rest of like this little purple roof done. I filled in the windows. And I started the little witch with her hat and her cute little eyes. I actually feel like I am making a little progress on this now. I think I love that roof. We love that roof, but it slowed me down because I did these little rooms like really quickly. So I think I need to do a couple more rooms to feel like I'm moving along, and then maybe leave the rest of the roof till last. Or just work on what interests me when it interests me and not make rules for myself. I could do that. There are no rules. This is the year of the plague. There are no rules other than stay the hell inside. The next thing I worked on is Templar Prophecy. I got, again, not very much done on it. This is kind of the problem of challenging myself to touch all the whips, is I'm really not giving them a whole bunch of attention. So I just filled in a little more in here. And that was it. I really want to get back to that dragon. Guys, I know. I want to get back to the dragon. But I got to figure out what's going on around him first. And then I need things and whining and yeah. It's been that sort of week. So I got a little more done on that. And again, I think like a project like this is going to benefit from me taking a week and just saying, this is my only project this week. Because it's going to make for a really boring video. I got to think of these things. The next thing I worked on, you've been waiting for it. Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. I did it. I pulled it out for the first time since January. I worked on it last. Again, I didn't get a whole lot done, but I did get through her whole apron. So I made progress. I did a thing that needed doing because that apron was not going to stitch itself. It was pretty good to be able to block out that area and then just sit here and fill in without the pattern. This is the only pattern I have going that I'm working off the paper copy, well, working copy of the paper copy. Everything else I managed to scan or take good pictures of and get into OneNote, before the world collapsed. But this one I never got to scan, and my scanner is questionable. So yeah, it was good to not have to have the paper pattern, close by all the time. I just outlined the apron and went house on it last night. And that was my stitching project all evening. What was that? Friday. My God, it's only Saturday. Saturday in April. So now that I have this out again and I've kind of broken the bubble, maybe I will work on it a little more than I have been. The last thing I worked on resulted in a finish. I finished Who's There? Look at it. Look at it. It's so cute. It's so little. I have 3 more of these to do. Okay. I'm not burnt out. I am not burnt out on Prairie Schooler. 1/1. It's just, I love it. And I still occasionally want to punch it in the face. That's very violent of me. I'm not a violent person, but yeah. Look at that. That came out nice. I am pleased with that. I have 1 more of the frames that I bought to see if these would fit in. So I have to get 3 more. Just got them at IKEA. They deliver, right? Right. And start getting these finished and up on a surface of some sort. I think I'm starting to like the idea of putting them all above a door. But we'll see. So that is it for the stitching. Like I said, not a lot of progress on each, but I did at least manage to pull out a lot of projects that I have not been working on, which was good. I wasn't feeling the Hade, and I ran out of time. I was hoping to do Death by Cross Stitch last night, and I didn't. I just didn't. There wasn't really a reason. I just didn't. So maybe I start with that this week and see how far I get again on touching all the whips. For real this time. Like, more than just 20 minutes here and there. My big problem during the week is, I'm still working from home. And what they did this past week is they furloughed a big chunk of the company that I work for. And while I'm lucky that I'm not part of the furloughed group, it just means that, really at this point, we're working on demand, which means if something needs to be done at 10 o'clock at night, we're doing it at 10 o'clock at night. If something needs to happen at 3 o'clock in the morning, we are handling it at 3 o'clock in the morning and kind of taking our shifts, not even shifts, it's just, it's a 24-hour job now. So where I try to grab a couple of hours here and there to eat and maybe to sleep, it hasn't left a lot of time for stitching. And it's been tough. I spend all day up here in my office working. And then at the end of the day, I say, well, let me take a project downstairs and I'll sit on the couch and I'll watch TV. And I think, if something pops up, if somebody says, let's have a quick meeting, let's have a quick chime meeting. If I'm in one more conference call, I swear. And then I have to pack everything back up and bring it upstairs. So I find myself just staying in this room all day, all night. There's a bed in here. I mean, I could be sleeping in here. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I nap. Don't tell my boss. She doesn't care. So yeah, it's been tough to find a balance because this isn't working from home. Like, this isn't a choice. It's not me saying I'm going to work from home on Tuesday because I have a doctor's appointment in the afternoon. So, I'm just going to work from home and go to my appointment and that's my day. And nobody would ever question that. My work gets done and it's fine. To be forced to work this way has been difficult because in a lot of ways you try to keep things the way they've always been, to try to keep that sense of normalcy. But when you have everybody working from home in a company that really didn't encourage that ever, not everything that you do from home is the same. Or, working from home with people is not the same as working in an office with people. The ability to just get up and go over and talk to somebody. The ability to just get up and move. It's all different. And I think nobody has defined the rules. There are no rules. That's the year of the plague. There's no rules. So it's been a little, corporate people like to use the word challenging. It's been challenging. It has sucked. The isolation and the inability to leave. I've actually, for the past week, had a flat tire. So even if I wanted to get in the car and go get some air, it couldn't. So what was I saying about being trapped here? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I had a flat tire. Couldn't go anywhere. My new desk chair did come, and it seems exceedingly adequate. Mark put it together last night. And I sat in it all last night and I don't really, have a problem with it. So hopefully working will be a little more comfortable than the monstrosity that I have been sitting in for the past 15 years. Yeah, it was on its way out. Also bought a new garbage disposal because my disposal has started to leak. But I have requested quotes from 2 different plumbers who haven't answered me because I'm assuming that they are not coming to people's homes because plague. I am generally handy, but when anything starts with, take these 2 raw wires and attach the power supply, no, I'm going to leave that to a professional. If it was just plumbing, it would be one thing because the worst that can happen is water, which sucks, but it's water. When the worst that can happen is electricity, that's a problem. I'm going to leave that to professionals. Something very serious to talk to you about in the coming weeks, my videos. You may not see my face. You may not see my face because I am not going to be able to see my colorist until May. This is going to get weird fast. Fast, people. I'm sure you've probably noticed more than once that when my hair grows in, let's call it blonde. Let's call it blonde. It's blonde to me, damn it. It's not blonde to me. It's blonde to my father. He likes to point out. He's like, "You're getting you blonde up there." I'm like, yeah, no. I'm going Saturday. I am not going to be able to go to a hairdresser for many, many weeks. My purple should hold out, so we'll have that. We'll have that. But there's a thing happening. I don't even know if I want to. Oh, can you? Yeah, we're not even gonna. Yeah, it's coming in. I at one point did not color my hair, and I just let it go white, which was cool in some ways. But I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to visit that now. Here in the time of cholera, I want to look banging. I'm not going to look banging for a while. You've been warned. My sister and I bought my father a tablet, got it on Amazon and had it delivered straight to him. So now my goal is to walk him through unboxing, plugging it in, getting it charged, and then we want to get him all set up on the tablet so that we can do, like a video conference, like a WebEx with him. Because we're used to going to his house every week for dinner and, to actually see his face. So I figured this way we could set up our tablets and we can sit and have dinner together. And she and I can drink all the wine we want because none of us are driving anywhere. And still be able to check on him and, see him it's different seeing him. I've only seen my father in the past few weeks, maybe twice. I've gone over there to drop off some groceries and I pretty much have to leave them on the doorstep. And then he comes out and gets them and I wave from the yard, So hopefully this weekend I can walk him through getting set up on tablet so I can talk to my dad. He's 88. I don't have the next 20 years. I better have the next 20 years with him, but I probably don't. This is robbing my dad time, not having it. Stupid COVID-19. Stupid. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your likes and even your dislikes. And thank you so much for your comments. They mean a lot to me and I read every single one of them, even if I'm not able to respond. Thank you for being my community. I need you guys. Stay the home.